PlayStation Vita is dead. Sad face. Well, it's not quite dead yet. Our good old Michael Pachter. Now, if you don't know who he is, he's basically an analyst. I don't know how this works, but he gets paid to predict the future of the interwebs gaming world. He's an analyst basically, and he likes to predict how things are going or going to be shaped for the future in the world of video games, consoles, etc. But again, he's been blabbering on his recent Pack Attack show, nice name. He said, no question, before continuing. I think if they made the PS Vita in different colours, it wouldn't sell more. The only thing that's going to sell more Vitas or compelling software. God, I shudder to tell you how many units of Vita were sold this month, but the answer is not very many. The Vita is dead. It's over. It's a really great device that nobody thinks they need, so no one's buying it. It is really slick. If you get one, you will like it. Now the Vita, it is having a really hard time, to be honest with you. It genuinely is. It's been struggling since day one. To give you an idea, the PlayStation Vita was launched tail end of December 2011 in Asia, Europe, North America, February 2012, and Australia, February 2012. So basically, if you say worldwide console launch, February 2012. In that amount of time, since February 2012 to now, the PS Vita has only sold 481,573 units worldwide. That is not a lot. Not by any stretch of the imagination. If you think, fair enough, the PSP's been out a hell of a lot longer. Since launch, to give you an idea, the PSP has sold 73 million units. Fair enough, it's been out a hell of a lot longer. But the PS Vita, in a year and a half or so, without doing the maths, 481,000 units. It's not good. Now, Michael Pachter, he says nobody thinks they need it, so no one's buying it. I bet that's true. It's a question of, are devices like modern smartphones, Android phones, iOS phones, are they having a big impact on the Vita's potential sales? Or is it a case of people don't know what it is and they don't think they need it? It's not a case of handheld markets dead, although it's been challenged very, very heavily by mobile gaming platforms such as your modern smartphones, because the 3DS is doing particularly well. But in my eyes, the PSP always seemed to struggle compared to the Nintendo's offerings. For example, the PSP sold 73 million units to date, Nintendo DS 149 million units to date, just short of 150 million. The difference, like I say, is huge. Whether it's a case of Nintendo's always been seen as the go-to place for your handheld gaming, and Sony's tried to come into this market, and for whatever reason they've not been successful, I don't know. The end of the story is the PS Vita is struggling. Is it dead though? I think it's possibly got one little last push in it, but I don't think it's going to make much difference, to be honest with you. Now obviously there's the whole PS4 remote play with the PlayStation Vita. Basically, if you don't know what it is, you can have a game in your PS4, your telly off, and you can stream it to your PS Vita. As far as I'm aware, not every game will support it, but as long as the developer put it in there, the code of the game, you will be able to play your game on the PS Vita. How it will work exactly, I don't know, because there are obviously some button differences, but you do have the rear touchpad as well, which could make up for other buttons. But Sony's hoping that the PS4's remote play with the Vita will help increase the Vita sales. There's also talk of a bundle coming where you can buy a PS4 and a PlayStation Vita. The question is, will people want this? I'm not so sure. It seems to me they're jumping on the bandwagon again. They done it with the Wii. They saw that motion control was working amazingly well. Guess what? They went away and they brought out the PlayStation Move. Now, is it a case of they're seeing what the Wii U's trying to do with its separate screen? And now you've also got the Xbox Glass as well, where you can control things on tablets, etc. And they're trying to jump on the bandwagon thinking, wait a minute, we've actually got this piece of hardware here. It's not doing very well. What else could we do with it? We could potentially use it for the new PS4. Try to increase sales a little bit. There's talk of the new bundle coming out with the PS4 and the PS Vita, and it's going to be significant saving over and buying both them new. But personally, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. I've had a Wii U, not overly blown away with it as such. The The gamepad, yes, it's good. It's got its uses to a certain degree, but would I buy a PS Vita for the same functionality and for the remote play option of it? No, certainly not. I don't know what they can do to try and boost this thing, give it another punt up the arse and bring it back to life. To me, it's just another Sony handheld machine that's not working too well. It seems to be struggling massively in the market. It's possibly just a case of it's not really found its place, or maybe it's a case of there's not an audience for it. As always guys, thanks very much for listening. If you like what you hear, please hit that subscribe button, smack the like button for me, it'd be much appreciated, and please come back and check out future content. As always, your support is appreciated. I have to say thank you to all the recent subscribers, it means a lot. And as always guys, until next time.